Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu. Asị m ka ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị mma. Asị m ka nke onye chikwara ya zelu. Dịka o si dị ife a bụ Eastern News 24 bụ ebe anyị si were wetara ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa. One bụ gbasata maka nnwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ ana gbasata maka ife na-eme na obodo a bụ Nigeria. Dịka o si dị ife nwanne anyị kwuru maka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. O kwuru okwu a na press conference emelu ajụgasịrị efe dị iche iche. Nwanne m kwuru okwu gbasata maka Buhari, the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, na ndịka obi ọjọọ and hatred o nwere. Ọ kpọrọ ya ancient hatred Buhari wee ebe ndị Igbo nọ merenụ o ji jide Maazị Nnamdi Kanu n'iru akwụkwọ. Ụkwazịkwara okwu dị iche iche, ụkwazịkwara okwu dịka okwukwazị okwu dị iche iche buru ibu. Ihe o kwuru edika, mana mma chọkwa unu ga ya bụ ife ụmụnne m, unu ga-esia ya, unu atinye alụ nke unu gbasata maka ihe ndị a niile kwesịrị n'elu akwụkwọ. Anyị ka na-echetakwara azụ ka anyị kọwaa ya bụ ife. All right, over to you.
Questions about what they have done with your money. Instead of giving you the answers, they will begin to look at you and say, are you Igbo? Say, yes, I am Igbo, I'm Nigerian. This is your question, This is your question. It be like say it's because you are Igbo. Now only Igbo people, they ask this kind of question. We're asking you questions on what you're doing, and rather than give me an answer, you are more interested in where I come from. Really? And that's what will determine if you're... So, are you trying to abuse? Because that's how you do in your region. You don't have any respect for elders. From asking you question, then telling you not to divert the attention, answer the question. Now that has now come to, because I come from a place, we don't have respect for elders. Waiting the issue of the stolen money and the people who stole the money. What does that have to do with where I come from? Or whether we have respect or not? Because whenever you start to say, you are done, let us break up this contraption, break it up and save lives. I think I need to help us understand what we are indeed pushing and why those you kind of feels like should know better and therefore should support you are those who are strongly opposed to that's your break it up to save life. Not solely this time, right? Because when you begin to go after the people responsible for what you are going through in Nigeria, when you take off your tribal mask, when you take off your ethnic or religious mask, okay, and you have decided to now see clearly and see those responsible for whatever you are going through, economically and otherwise, honestly speaking, you'll be going after majority of those that you never believe are part of them. You'll be going after your neighbors. You'll be going after some of your family members. You'll be going after your pastors. You'll be going after your imams. Then you'll be going after some, other people in your community that ordinarily you probably didn't know they are part of this rot. And that is their fear. They fear that it is always good for you to see the criminal rogues at the top as those that are untouchable, those you can never touch. No matter how much you try, you cannot just complain, because once they turn their guns on you, you will run away. But there are those in the middle, the real enablers. Even though there is no real genuine middle class anymore, but there is still this middle ground, where some people, they are not poor, they are not rich, but in between, they are surviving through the crumbs, falling off at the table of these rogues by all means. And they are mostly the people that will tell you protest doesn't resolve anything. And the talk in Nigeria right now is, are you going to protest against this hardship or not? are you going to demand for the end? Are you going to demand an end to bad government in Nigeria? Well, here is what you need to know. Everyone who feels like it is the right thing to do should participate in any public disobedience, and don't let anybody teleguide you how to do that, okay, by telling you whether to be peaceful or not to be peaceful. Nobody have any right there for you. That's one. But you see, whenever people begin to, because that's what is happening now, whenever people begin to say the Igbos have to join us, the obedient have to join us, the Yoruba say they need to join us and join us to Shekiniko. What they are leading you into is a tribal ethnic setup, a tribal ethnic agenda, and there's no amount of you they drag into it and say, we need the Yorubas, we need no. We will not be one Nigerianist, okay? The people that are mostly interested in going confrontational with their oppressors are the people who were comfortable to go into elections, okay? Get PVC, poverty validation card, in order to go and validate the illegitimacy that is now foisted on them. Now, in that bracket, you should treat yourself that way. Once you see a set of people begin to say, obedient, stay away, obedient, join us, the Igbos need to join us, those are the people who are baiting you. They are baiting you for an unsuccessful sort of a protest. I wanted to call it revolution, but it has to start from protest and revolution, then because everything must scatter last. Don't let anybody threaten you with what will happen or what won't happen the moment the shit hit the fan. Then let's put it that way. But what we have been seeing so far is that, I have seen few. How they was started, they said they want to do end bad government in Nigeria. I said, okay. They listed all they would demand for. Brilliant. Then you see people sharing this poster. You see this flyer. There are people sharing this flyer on social media with the attachments. Only if our Igbo brothers can join us. And the Igbos should try and join us. All of us should come together and fight this bad government. Everything you see there, you turn left to right, left, right to center. You see them baiting the Igbos. Then on the other hand, you see some others. Igbos, don't join them. No Igbo will join you. No Igbo, this or that. You see, both of you are playing your tribal card. You are playing your tribal ethnic bait. When the conversation says Igbos don't join, Yorubas don't join, Hausas this or that, what you're actually doing is that you are helping to cement the stereotype. Once you see anybody asking you that, we know that the Yorubas will not join, but me, I will join. We know that the Igbos will not join us. Me, I will join. Listen to me. Those conversations are not conversation coming from a place from a good place. They are politically sponsored, and so many of you are subconsciously even talking like that. But do you know something? When you are tired, as some people are saying they are, you will not need an Igbo people to protest. You will not need the Yorubas before you protest. You will not need the Fulanis or Hausa or any other person before you protest or stand up. You will not need your pastor. You will not need your imam before you hit the streets. You will not need any of these people to talk you into it, to talk you out of it, or talk you into it. Nobody should talk you into standing up if you are done. Only you, only you should sit down and think, what these guys have made your life. But if you are still one of those who are like, me, I am blessed in the name of Jesus, I am covered in the name of Jesus. I wanted to say one Larubawa there, Arabic. Zajaka Lau Azaka Aira, something like that. I can't remember how they say that anymore. All of una when they speak in tongue and the rest of that, yeah, this message may not be for you. For anybody that says they need Igbos before they can stand up, I mean, the Igbos will not participate. Give it here. All of una go do your protest, so the Igbos are not interested. Who sent you? Who told you that you are speaking for the Igbos? The bottom line is this. Now all of una they do na tribal baiting, and it is already trending as we speak. And to some of you who are Templars here, it is my job to help you understand the type of terrain you are going to be falling into soon. The toxicity that you saw during their charade last year is cooking again. And that is why you, Nwanem, as my own member of this temple, dear Igbo brothers and sisters, don't fall prey into those who are busy doing their tribal ethnic baiting. There are some people who are coordinating and organizing social media spaces about this their protest still. They were supposed to be talking about, like, talk intelligently about why you think people should come together and mobilize themselves. But no, it's there. We will show them. If they try anything, we will show them that we are Igbo. We will show them that the Igbo people don't take nonsense. There are people like that. They are not Igbo, so they are not. This is where you will know that Nigeria is actually a dangerous place. Now, there are people paid. That every minute, every hour, unprovoked, to just start any tribal, ethnic toxicity online. How do you think all these things are random? They are not random. Oh. It's not because some stupid people are just like writing something randomly. Oh. There is serious ongoing, in order to keep this division alive, there's serious ongoing government funding, government sponsoring, ethnic, tribal, divisive rhetorics, especially on social media. Unprovoked. Well, let's discuss about Nigeria. Let's discuss how we are going to face our issues and all of that. Boom, from nowhere. One person will just start. My name is Emeka. And I'm Emeka. People call me Mekus. See, I want to say something here today. Me, I don't think we need all this small talk. We must get ready to kill these people. That our protest. We must go out and kill everybody. These people will not listen to us. They're screaming there. It is not a coincidence. A lot of people must have come across them many times. And somehow you are listening to this horrible chant and you're like, bro, why are you talking like this? Like, why are you talking to, you're talking in a manner to set the Igbos up. So that everybody hearing this your talk, they will kind of put their focus. I mean, it's like we are like, oh, let's talk. Oh, we want to, now this is how we are going to do it too, okay? So for example, let us articulate what we want to do, right? So we must make sure that, we have to be peaceful. We need to get this so that people are bringing ideas. If from nowhere, we will just jump there. We the Igbo peoples, we know we don't take nonsense. We the Igbo people, we cannot take any rubbish. All these things that we are talking here, we need to come together and kill this person. What are you talking about? You won't see that individual. on the detail, you will not see them all. But their job is to strike that kind of, in order to cement the idea and say, did you hear that Igbo boy that is talking yesterday? Hey, these Igbo people, it must be waiting they tell us about them. Then you see the Ronukus. Okay, the Fulani, the all the farmers in Okeogun, they are suffering, and they are being kidnapped. Some of them are being killed by this Fulani, and nobody is even talking about it. What can we do as Yoruba people? And we need to come together and talk about this thing. So let's work it out. And everybody's like, maybe we should try and get the drones, or maybe we should try and support all these local vigilantes and give them this or that. So that's a good idea. Another person is like, I think we should, advise our farmers to poison all their grass around their farms, and any cow they are eating should die. I say, no, I don't think that's it. People are talking like that from nowhere. And then we just like, hello, so me, I want to say that the only solution to this problem is that we, the Yorubas, we are sleeping. We are sleeping. Look at all these things that Igbo people are doing. Insulting our leaders. Saying that they will chase our obas away. Telling us that they want to rule Lagos. So we need to do something. We must come together and kill all these Igbo people. Say, everything was okay, sir. They say yes. For Yoruba land to be safe. We must make sure that no Igbo people say, we are talking about the killings in Okeogun. I know. I thought we are talking about Yoruba land generally. Okay, we are talking about Yoruba land generally. We only see Igbo in here now. We have them everywhere. And it is always them to drop all these divisive left, right. They know you will react. Who is that person? They would insult your papa, your mama, insult your tribe, then keep mute. Who? Maybe me. You know why? When I know that the efforts to insult my papa, insult my mama, insult my ethnic nationality, insult my religion, when we are discussing the economic problems that affects everyone, anyone who does that to me is not doing it because he cares about my parents or my tribe or my religion or anything. He just wants me to stop asking the right questions. He just wants to provoke me, get me mad, so that we can leave that economic and all these problems, Abi, and we can slug it out. Now your papa you dey talk to, now your mama you dey talk to, you will be say, una no get clothes, you will be say una dey beg for food, you will be say our papa be the one wey be say dey feed your papa. Look at this one, look at this idiot. This one want to talk to me. You want to talk to me, a Yoruba man. Oh, you want to talk to me, a Igbo woman. Do you know who we are? Meanwhile, now everybody they suffer inside the same contraption. Everybody. So you may come for my father, come for my mom. When I'm talking about the rogues that are ruining lives, and I will know it straight away, you are not coming for them because you care about them. You only came for them because that's how you want to get me provoked. And I can stop talking about the real thing. And I can then start talking about irrelevant things. While we were busy with that, the criminals continue. Then you and I go back to our homes in the dead of the night, staring at the ceiling, thinking about our life. When is it going to get better in this country? An example of people who kind of jump into any conversation and you think, does this one represent any reasonable tribe or ethnic nationality in Nigeria? Others will jump. I think this one was jump. What they did in 2023, we must correct it. We must remove all of them. e no go dey there o. But people like that are to talk like that, so that those who are preparing to launch attack and kill you for trying to ask for a good life in your country, they can use voice like this. And some of you will react to voices like this, forgetting the fact that they are just baiting you. They are baiting you to react. When you are busy reacting to this, when would you have the chance of actually coming together and going after these rogues? When? This one is disgusting. I'll share it with you first.
Government will go. We will do what Africa has not done before. We don't care about the constitution. We don't care about P2B. We don't care about Atiku. We will change the leadership, everything that is called Senate, everything that came with this government, everything that came with 2023 election, we go. Everything. If one person die in this thing, everything that came with this thing, and let me tell you, this protest is not the one we will do. After 1 week, we go. We fire to refire. We will fire to You see the way we have started discussing protests now. Very soon, all spaces will be hosting. 50,000 Nigerians will be on space from all over the world. The funding will be there. The lawyers will be there. If you lock up anybody, the person will be brought out. The lawyers will be there to follow up the court. Anything you want, fire to fire, money for money, anything you want, we will fund this protest more than the elections. What you saw in 2023 is child's play to what is cooking, because this is a fight for Nigerians. It is not. In fact, let me tell you people, there is nothing like party. P2B can, as far as I'm concerned, go back to UK and continue his life, because the new,
my brother, but the P2B is not running now. So you can leave early. Then I think it's
can go back to UK and continue his life. He has tried. You know, he has done well. He opened our eyes, no problem. But the new Nigeria we are talking about, all of them, Gaskia, all of them, we no want. We go just choose one neutral person. We never touch leadership before. We never smell politics before. Carry and put there. So what we are telling you is that we are coming with a list, and I've said it. Eboji go to know now. Where my own matter is now is fuel. That first week we are starting that thing. Put fuel at 100 naira first. So that we will know whether we are dealing with animals or we are dealing with idiots. We know you people are cows already. But from that first week, as you hear Pium bring down fuel to 100 naira first, I don't care how you want to do it. I don't know about the analysis of oil in Nigeria. Nothing concerns me with that mass. If you can buy private jet for yourself, if you can do 21 billion naira house for one person, vice president, I can buy for 100 naira. I don't know where you want to bring the money from. I don't know whether it has anything to do with production. If our production will go to 3 million barrels from that first week of protests, provided fuel sells for 100 naira in this country, I don't care. If you are not able to do fuel 100 naira, that is even demand number one. If you are not able to do, because we need fuel from that first week, we need fuel first. We need fuel. That subsidy that you removed from day one, you will return it, and not just returning subsidy. You will make fuel 100 naira. Day one protest, fuel 100 naira. That is what everybody in the north, south, east understand. Let's even begin to buy fuel 100 naira. That way we can now see whether we are dealing with human beings. That is the way forward. So please, we must maintain that spirit of oneness. One person die, pakam. I'm not saying police you should not shoot. I'm not saying you should not deploy. But if you deploy and shoot one person, pam, gone. Everything that happened with 2023 election, everything that we did in 2023 council, Senate President, House of Rep, and I have said it before, our people are languishing in IDP camps. And during this protest, we might need to fund moving all IDP camp people to the National Assembly complex. That our Senate is comfortable place where some of our people in IDP camp can at least start sleeping there for now. Because we are in this fight for our brothers languishing in the bush. We need to relocate them to House of Assembly complex. because the laws that are being made there, it is not for us. It has nothing to do with us. Where I know that we have a bunch of charlatans and a bunch of wicked individuals is where a bill was said, if you are in support of Senate overseeing how money is being spent in various agencies, vote yea. If you are not in support, vote nay. They voted nay. They don't want to do anything work. All they are after is allowance and salary. So our people in IDP camps need a better place. And I am suggesting, please, as we are planning this protest, we should plan on how to mobilize all IDP camps all over the country, in Jos, Northeast, Northwest. We will pay their transport. Let them come. We have a National Assembly that was built and is being renovated every year with billions with our money. The money that was used to renovate those complexes is our money. And we can decide where our people who do not have homes currently, our people cannot be sleeping under waterproof in the bush. And we have senators driving cars of 200 million. We no longer need their services. We need our people to come and sleep there. And when this protest starts, when the funding start coming in, please, funding number one, move all IDP camps to Abuja to go and sleep. To go and sleep, they need a safe place to keep their head. They have suffered enough. Since we have decided to remember ourselves now, let us also remember them who are in the bush. And when they are in that House and Senate, Nigerians will provide what they will eat. At least we have provided shelter. We would have solved shelter. What they will eat will not be a problem. We will feed them in our National Assembly complex. We will be feeding them, and if care is not taken, we will move to Asorok. Because if this man that have vowed that all of us will die, he has vowed, a senator said that he has locked out. When a president has decided to lock out everybody, what he's doing now is one-man squad. And that is the problem of a drug cartel. He's only interested in himself. All Nigerians can go and die. All of us can go to hell and burn to ashes. And since he has wished us death, we return that wish to him. So please, in the coming days, all you need to do, it is not time to come out yet. It is time to begin. Just spread the message. Just be a preacher.
That is called baiting. I mean, some of you seated there, you found some solid points he was making, but the tone completely gave him up, right? The tone, even you, no matter how angry you are, the tone makes you feel what? Like, no, there must be something behind the way you are talking. Like, yeah, everybody, some people will say, everybody don't vex, so people don't vex. But at the same time, when people talk like that, they are not interested in making anything happen. And that is why they have so much wild imaginations. Because right there, that is a PTSD talking. Or somebody already hired a professional for that job, join their space, rile them. Why is he talking about funding? Why is he talking about the money will come from here? Definitely that person is not even in Nigeria. I mean, the way he's talking, you can tell. We will fund it, we'll give money, we will do this, we will do that, and all of this stuff, right? But not because he's going to be part of it. And there are many like that too. There are Yoruba versions of, if you hear those ones too, there is even a pastor, a pastor of Redeemed Church, who once tweeted this, right? These are not Nigerians, but people from a destructive region in Nigeria that they call themselves Biafrans. They are so despicable, they cause Nigeria only civil war, and after their loss in the war, they are still everywhere looking for opportunities to destroy Nigeria. And this same set of people, like I said, there is Yoruba version. See them, young people, they are not too old though. And the flag they are holding. So we have them. When you want to talk about why people should join, and I think in one of those spaces where typical Nigerians were bragging, making mouth, couldn't really articulate why they need to do this other than they are buying cars, they are building houses for themselves, they are this or that. Not really want to articulate why this needed to be done. A Kenyan participated and took the time to tell Nigerians what he observed about Nigeria and Nigerians. Then he shared their own ongoing experience, and now they have been able to change a lot. If anybody says protests don't work, it's because most of the people who are protesting don't even know why they are protesting. But in Kenya, they did know why they are protesting. Listen to this Kenyan, a young guy.
Government.
Yes, we can.
Yes, go ahead.
Am I audible, please?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you are audible.
Is everyone able to hear me?
Where's the echo coming from? Okay, I'm from Kenya. And I'd like to share a few spices with just spices we've been employing in our country, and we are managing so far to achieve some of our intended goals. The Gen Zs in Kenya, I hope you've been able to listen to the current conversation in Kenya and the ongoing protests. What we are doing in Kenya is quite different, and I believe we're going to inspire other countries to join us in liberating our continent. If we do compare the political system in Kenya and maybe just in Africa at large and other continents, we find that we are too much behind, and we have to come together. It is our collective responsibility to reason out rationally and decide on the better way to take. It is perceived nationwide that only the political class is the richer one, but that should not be the case. How do they even get rich? They take our resources, they embezzle our funds, they overtax us to benefit themselves. Now, it should be taken as a collective responsibility and as a better initiative to rise against that. Now, here is the recipe. Number one thing, you should be united. Listening to the conversation you're having is like some of you are against the demonstrations and some want demonstrations. Without truth, I don't think you'll achieve that goal. You have to be united, whether you like it or not. In Kenya, we've been using this term. It is called greetings. We greet someone through thorough beating, so we don't call it beating, but greeting. It is a thorough punishment to whoever seems to be defending impunity. Why should you defend impunity? Impunity is impunity, and it is a negative thing that everyone should stand against. I've been reading on social media about Nigeria and tribalism. I don't know if it is rampant as well as corruption in your country as published on social media, but I believe that is the case. And you should all rise against that. My friend, if you want to liberate your country, you have to be united. Speak in one voice. I hope you've seen just recently, the other day you saw our president dismissing his cabinet. But that is not over. We are not yet satisfied. We asked the Inspector General for Police to resign. Yesterday, he just wrote his resignation letter. Currently, the National Assembly, the Parliament, is in recess. So, the Deputy Inspector General is just awaiting voting and perhaps swearing in by the National Assembly. Now, what are we going to do as a youth? Regardless of his resignation, this is what we want. We want all cabinet secretaries And I believe right now they should be called former cabinet secretaries. We want all of them arrested. And anyone that is pegged to any corruption case. You cannot benefit yourself with our resources. These are our taxes. We are sweating to get this. Why should you embezzle our funds? We want those cabinet secretaries arrested and detained. Moving forward, we want all that they've taken from us, those resources, we want them taken back to our country, so that the common mwananchi, Kenyan citizens, can be at least undertaxed. They should be given a break. We are so full of this, we are done. And on reconstitution of another cabinet, we will be voting as the youth. We vote before the parliament because those guys are bootlickers, those parliamentarians.
You see the difference? So you must, to them, they did not really understand why it is so difficult. Well, a lot of us really do know why it is difficult, because Kenya is not as big as Nigeria, it's not as diverse as Nigeria, and therefore we have a legion of career criminals from everywhere, including from the religious houses too. Okay, so we're dealing with something huge here. But when somebody intelligent is able to articulate why we need to do something, even those who are older than him will listen and say, oh, right. And that's how the Gen Z convinced themselves, then convinced their parents in order to take it up with the authority in their country. So they are watching Nigerians on social media, going after going after themselves in defense of the rogues who want to take your life, in case if you don't know. It is right. They are not done. They have discovered now about 11 bodies suspected to be the bodies of those killed, protesters killed by Ruto. And yesterday, from the last spot where they found the recent 5 bodies, they couldn't take it anymore. Again, some people are still even wondering that are Kenyans still protesting? They follow news. They've never really stopped. They just have days, that particular day that once they come, something must happen that week. Now they are asking Ruto to go. You heard that guy? They want all of the cabinet secretaries, like saying we want all of the ministers arrested. And anybody found with any stolen money should be tried and jailed. They have to do what we want. And you cannot do that if you are divided, he said. About these people walk, it's like walking from Ikorodu to Ijebode. Yeah, it is as that. Okay, maybe some of you don't know Ikorodu to Ijebode. It's like walking from Bega in Lagos to Shagamu Express Junction. Yeah, you walk down the road and you make the corner and to Shagamu to show their disgust. So you do not need the Igbos before you can stand up and face your fear. Somebody asked Dele Farotimi, I think similar question. Why won't the Igbos participate? Why is everybody so obsessed about Igbos participating in your protest? Like, why? If there is no agenda behind it, why are you not just calling yourself and say, everybody should kind of stand up wherever they live, Abi? Dele?
The Igbo man learned that the government has nothing for him. So he learned to survive on his own. You will rarely ever find an Igbo man applying to the civil service or looking for salary job. So the average one, even the ones I went to university with, they will go and attach themselves to somebody in the market. They will learn a trade. So they learned to do without government. They learned to discount the government completely, which means that the Igbo man is better equipped than any other Nigerian to cope with our current circumstances, where the government has become completely useless. The Igbo man was already prepared for the uselessness of the government. So now that he is prepared for it, and everybody else have now decided to stigmatize the Igbo man, I can't blame the Igbo man for turning around and saying, it's none of my business, enjoy your government. He didn't enjoy anything from the government before. So for somebody, and I'm talking about the average Igbo man who is like me and you. I'm not talking about the Ojis or Kalus of this world or the Okorochas of this world who have always fed on the grievances of Ndigbo and made money by appeasement of government and then presuming to speak on behalf of. I'm not speaking to those ones. I'm speaking for the average man on the street who grew up believing that he has no portion in Nigeria, which was what fed the Biafran spirit and the demand for Biafra even 50 years after the Civil War. So I'm not speaking to the man on the street of Alaigbo. I'm not speaking to the trader in Alaba or at Aspanda or at Ladipo. All those ones, they have always lived with the mentality of being victims of the system. So when a victim of the system is telling you, leave me out of your protest, go and do, because it wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place. So if he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place, he has nothing to lose if the situation becomes, the only thing that is happening now is that more victims are being recruited into the Nigerian mess. So why should he, who was always a victim, further victimize himself by joining those he believes are responsible for his victimhood? Unfortunately, it only assures the victimization of everybody.
That's exactly.
But it is now incumbent on those of us who know better to help him to understand that, yes, we understand that was yesterday. But for us to all come out of this together, we would have to move away from that pain to now work. Now at least everybody is now suffering. We will say that it means that until suffering is democratized, it is not possible to end it. The suffering in Nigeria has now been democratized. Long ago, I predicted that the Nigerian revolution will start in northern Nigeria. The only reason I said so at the time is because the North had always been the reason we could not find common purpose to fight the evil. But now that the person in power in the presidency is not a northerner and is at best a nominal Muslim, and the suffering has now been fully democratized, the northern street, I'm not talking about the northern elite, the northern street has no interest in forbearing and continuing to suffer. Why is it that all of a sudden everything that they tolerated during the years of Muhammadu Buhari is no longer tolerable? Have you considered that?
It's true.
Look, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if this mess continues, the problem that will consume this government will start in northern Nigeria. It's not going to start in the east. The Igbo man has more or less taken a position. I was always a victim. Go and solve your problem. Leave me alone in my little corner. If you like, steal all the money in the world. You still take that money to a market to go and buy something. And who will you find in the market when you get there? You find the Igbo man there. Whether it's food you are buying, whether it's building material, whether it's car, you find the Igbo man is there in the market waiting for you. So he's already in a position of advantage. So why would he disadvantage himself unless real people show him a readiness for change? So that is where we are right now. It might seem like nothing is going to happen, but something will definitely happen.
Do I need to add anything to what Barrister Dele Farotimi said? It's a common sense thing, okay? A system whereby the Igbo man or the Igbos are blamed for every evil done by the ruiners of Nigeria. Igbos would have to be blamed. And that's why it's more or less like, it is not advisable for any person from the eastern part of Nigeria to carry Nigeria on your head. There is nobody you want to impress. You want to set yourself up. Stay back. and watch. When you are joining them, join them because you probably believe that protests can do something. No, don't join them and make yourself the target in a way that it's always that kind of thing. I'm just saying, because the reason is that the children of the eightful generation, the generation of civil war, genocidal war, their children and their descendants, they are here, and you should please learn from your own ancestors. At this point, Nigeria problem is not your problem that way. If we look at it that way. But if the others are not really showing the fact that they are tired and ready to face their fear, I don't see any reason why any of you, as an Igbo person, should publicly identify with any of their protests. Don't set yourself up. Don't delude yourself and say, but why even you said we shouldn't be doing tribal. I said, don't delude yourself. I'm a Yoruba man. And I see the way Nigeria is structured. I can see anything. Okay? I can do anything. And I may get away with all of them. But you don't even have to do half of what I do or say half of what I say. You don't even have to say anything. All it takes is just for you to look Igbo. And then you will see how Nigeria have sort of developed this culture.
ụmụnne m ụnụ anụgono ka ya bụ ife si wee gbata wee kwụrụ, ụnụ anụgono ya bụ ife na-akpọtụ, ụnụ anụgono ya bụ ife na-ada. Ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ ejikwumere a na-ekene onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo na-esola anyị na Eastern News 24. Asị m na Chukwu oke abịa ma ya ga anyị nọrọ anyị chere n'ofu n'ofu oge na-adịghị anya, ya bụ nnukwu ọnwa ya adị n'ala Igbo. Ise ise ise. Ka efi were ikwu gbasata maka ya bụ ife ị nụrụ n'ime akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa n'ụdị nke gị, gịnị ka ị were ikwu? Kabarụ ka ị drọpụla ya on the comment section below. Drọpụla ya on the comment section below. Chetakwa na ya bụ Eastern News 24 bụ ebe anyị si wee na-ewutere ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasatara maka ihe na-eme na obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, na gbasatara maka nnwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ. Asọ ọnụrụ si mee gịnị ya ka ọrụ nwanne ya, ọ gwara ka ọ hapụ n'ọnụ. Danụ niile na ụmụnne m, ka emesịa.